The deadly shark attack at a Sydney beach over the weekend has prompted the New South Wales government to pause its planned trial to remove shark nets from certain beaches. Reporter Max Tillman has been covering the story and joins me now in the studio. Max, what has the government said about this planned trial?
Good morning. Well, that's right. Obviously, the death of Mercury Psillakis, the 57-year-old, on Saturday at Long Reef Beach in the northern beaches has really, first of all, brought back the question of shark nets into the public conscience here in New South Wales. What the government have now decided is to effectively put on hold a planned trial for getting rid of shark nets effectively in three major council groups here in New South Wales. We have Waverley Council, Northern Beaches Council and the Central Coast. Now, it's important to mention, of course, that the technology as well as the location itself of these trials was still very much in the works when this fatal attack happened on Saturday. But it's obviously raised a lot of questions around not only the effectiveness of shark nets, but also what some of those alternatives may be. Now, we heard from Premier Chris Minns this morning. Obviously, first of all, he's expressed his condolences to the family as well, but he's also said that the big question is now what the report by the Department of Primary Industries, particularly into Saturday's fatal shark attack, does look like, because obviously this will form a larger part of what will potentially be a big question as to whether or not this trial goes ahead. So let's take a quick listen to what the Premier had to say.
We have to make decisions that we believe were in the public interest and obviously to keep the public safe. And I'm not going to make any what I would regard as a rash decision before our investigators have had a look at the death and the circumstances surrounding it. I just want to make the point that DY Beach is a netted beach and was not part of the trial. But obviously it's a terrible tragedy and I need to work out what the next steps are. That won't happen until we get the report back.
Now, it's also important to mention that we've heard from a lot of anti-shark net advocates that an issue that can arise from the use of shark nets is not that they in any way stop or prevent sharks from getting closer to the beach. It's the fact that they can actually often catch a lot of other marine life which can effectively draw sharks nearer to the beach. Now, Northern Beaches Council has certainly been debating this issue for over a year at this point. They're fully supportive of this investigation, really raising some questions of whether or not this trial should go ahead. So very much really does hinge on what the Department of Primary Industries says about Saturday's attack.
Max Tillman, many thanks for the update.